Alright, so here's the first look. I'm out here picking up, where am I at? Fredericktown, Missouri, south of St. Louis. Picking up one of my auction trucks from Purple Wave. It's my 2012 Dodge Ram. So let's see if I can flip this around. Let's take a look at it. Alright, here it is, 2012 Dodge Ram 4-wheel drive, the 4-point something engine. Looks pretty good. It's a pretty clean, straight truck. They said they threw in an extra set of keys for me, and it's good to go. So we're just going to jump in it and drive another 4 hours, take off and go back home. First walk around, my first look at it as well, other than online pictures. Cool. Not bad. Looks like a Dodge Ram. 183,000. Looks good. It'll clean up real nice. Not too dirty. Floor's not ripped. Your seat's just ripped a little bit. Starts right up. Cool. More videos to come. Alright, so I've been driving for a little bit. Truck drives really good. Take my sunglasses off so you can see me. Let's see, what do you want to talk about the truck? Truck drives good. His tires are really noisy. They're getting low on tread, so they make a lot of noise, as you can probably hear right now. So the main thing that I saw about this truck is diagnosing or electrical or mechanical parts that will need to be replaced, as opposed to my previous vehicle, the F-150, where it was a lot of cleaning. It was just dirty. This one's going to take some more thinking and a lot of Google and YouTube. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So on the dash, I guess the 4-wheel drive does not work. The SVC 4-wheel drive is lit up. The 4-wheel drive light is flashing in traction control. And then over here being the ABS, airbag, TPMS, and the brake light. So with those, let's talk about it. So I think the ABS and the traction control light are linked together. Generally on these Rams, it is the wheel speed sensors in the rear. That's kind of what I've seen from my Google searching. That's easy part. Just pull a bolt out, stick the new part in, and bing bang, there you go. Hopefully that's what it is. That's the easy one. The brake light may just be the brake switch for the parking brake. I'll do some probing around, checking on that. Let's see, the 4-wheel drive. That I'm not sure. That was new to me. I don't think that was in the listing ad that it was not working. And the airbag light. I don't know. We'll try and figure out what some of those things are. What the causes.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Thank you for that, Waze. Yeah, that's it. Let's keep going. If I do say so myself, I'm pretty good at getting rid of lights. Let me show you. So you notice the flashing 4-wheel drive light is gone. But then, kaboom, now the check engine light's on. Hey, hey, hey. I can get rid of lights and make lights appear. This dash is becoming a wonderful looking Christmas tree. What other lights can I make turn on, turn off? Alright, so sitting here thinking about it, trying to figure out why that check engine light may be on. I did just stop and get gas. I wonder if it could be a emissions thing with the gas cap not being tight enough and not getting a good seal. Why would it suddenly come on after 200 miles and after I just stopped and ran down the highway? I'm going with a loose gas cap. Here we are back at it, working on the 2012 Ram again. Let's see, let's kind of go over some things that were wrong with it. Let me say were wrong with it, because I've now fixed them and the truck is 100% done, ready for sale. So as you remember, some of the dash lights that were still on when I picked the truck up, let's jump in and take a look at it. Doop-a-doop-a-doo! All right, so the dash lights that were on, if you remember, the brake light. I'll just turn this on, get it started. So the brake light, the tire pressure, check engine, airbag, seat belt, and then over here on this side, it was the four-wheel drive service, four-wheel drive, and traction light. So nothing is on besides the tire sensor. Just the batteries in the tires are not recognizing. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I did to resolve those issues, get rid of the lights, and make everything function like it should in a normal operating vehicle. Let's go take a look at it. So starting with the traction control, now the brake and airbag light, those two went off at the same time. And this was kind of cool to see what it was. As I knew in the listing ad, down here in the rocker panel, it had some damage, right? So going back to look at this wheel speed sensor, hey-ya! So I hope you can see real well. These two wires, I spliced them back together. They were actually broken. What I assume is when they ran over whatever they did, it damaged and ripped out the wires. So I put in new wheel speed sensors on both sides in the rear, as well as fix this wire, and that ended up taking care of the airbag and brake light. Cool, that's an easy fix. So next, what do we do? Also, like I said, put in wheel speed sensors. Those are the sensors that are plugged into that electrical pigtail, and that ended up taking care of the ABS light and traction control light. Cool, so that's done. Now the four-wheel drive, why wasn't the four-wheel drive working? This took some work to try and figure out why it was not engaging. There are a couple things, some electrical issues, actuators, to figure out why and what doesn't work on them. There's two main actuators, one for the front tires and one to engage on the transfer case. I knew that the front one was not actuating because the transfer case was not actuating. Transfer case has to shift first before the front differential will shift. So what I ended up doing is ordering a replacement motor on the back of the transfer case here. The shift motor, which engages the four-wheel drive, was actually not operating. It was showing some fault codes for it. So that's cool, got those taken care of. And that's it. So really everything else is done. Everything else was pretty easy to take care of. So that's it, everything else is done on this Ram. The toolboxes are off of it. I'm currently painting them. They're getting painted and they'll be installed back on. What else? That's it, all those electrical issues, and the truck is now fixed and ready to be driven as a daily driver. Let's take a look at it. I'll fire it up, show you that everything works and the four-wheel drive works. I'm real happy that actuator was the problem. Pretty cheap, easy to replace, just a couple bolts. So now with the truck running, see there are no lights. The tire pressure light will come up shortly, and then the seatbelt light, of course. Let me put my seatbelt on. So that's all it is. So let's go ahead and test out the four-wheel drive. There we go, locked in place. Cool. Four-wheel drive works. No more ABS lights, traction control lights. All done. It's low work. Shifting into low. Low's engaged. There we go. Cool. We are done. Alright, so everything's done with this truck that needs to be fixed on it. Got the four-wheel drive, the ABS, traction controls, brake lights, check engine light. Everything was great. Let's see, so pricing wise, what I spent on this truck. My original purchase price, and after fees and taxes and auction sales, it was $4,400. Parts, both rear wheel speed sensors were $25 total. The fronts were $35 to $40. The actuator, four-wheel drive actuator, was $70. What else did I do? What am I missing? So all in all, about $120 in parts. So what? Rounded up, $4,600, $200 in parts. So $4,600 for a functioning, fully running, driving 2012 Dodge Ram four-wheel drive, four-door truck. I'd say that's pretty good. What else? Let's go ahead and see what I end up selling it for. Now, to give you a recap on my 2007 Ford F-150, you notice that's not here. I sold that truck, made a pretty good profit on it. Ended up selling it for $3,800, and that truck is a pretty good truck. No issues with it. It drove real nice, and I plan to do the same thing with this Ram. All right, you guys are awesome, wonderful, great. Take care. Let's go ahead and finish this video, and any questions, like, comment, subscribe onto my channel. There'll be more videos just like this one coming up in the future. Thanks. Take care. Bye.